fulfilling all your wishes. You could design for yourself what would be the most ecstatic life.
Yeah, guess I gotta get her from the jump.
This is Lennstar Campbelle from Len Capital Certificates. I'm here today with your financial quote. In order to grow your finances, do not start with finances.
All right, people, we are back. It's Thursday. Len Capital Certificates is on the inside. We're going back to our regular scheduled programming directly after this interview, just to let you know. You're in the building. Lennstar Campbelle is here. Let me tell you that anytime I'm away, I could count on you and Robert to hold it down on a Thursday.
I appreciate that.
I really, really enjoyed the program. It was informative. Even in the midsummer sorrows, I was able to take it in and I was like, okay.
Very good. Thank you very much.
It was informative. So where are we going this evening?
Well, I know persons would have heard the quote of the day, and like so many others, they would want to know, what is this man talking about? You're saying in order to
make finances. Everybody is saying to make money out of have money.
Yeah,
that's a saying.
Yes.
You're saying the opposite.
I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying in order to grow your finances, you cannot start there. Now, the reason for saying that from personal experience, from doing all my research in the industry, let's take, for example, if you wanted to start doing pies. You would
they ask somebody asking the same question. Where they getting the capital to start? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you see, what happens, persons like myself or any other millionaire or billionaire in any industry, we understand what it takes to make money. And you would say, someone will approach me off the street and say, look, Lennstar, I have a great idea. Come and bring some money and invest. And I would ask them, okay, what have you done? Nothing, it's just an idea. So you have an idea. What work have you put in? None. Have you done any research? No. But I believe that it's good. The belief in the fact that your idea is good is not good enough. So hence the reason I will say, in order to grow your finances, don't start with finances. Because had you approached me and you have that 30-second window or that 60-second window to pitch your idea, when I come back at you with, have you done the research? What is the market like? What has been the response to the product? How have you been earning money so far? And you could answer these questions, I may give you a second meeting. But if you tell me, no, it's just an idea, because obviously I never had money, so I couldn't put money into the idea, then I'm not going to waste my time. No other millionaire is going to waste their time, or billionaire will waste their time on you. Now, it sounds very harsh, but let's reverse it. I said, don't start with finances. So you have an idea, you start doing your research, you start putting pen to paper, as I would have said before, create that black book of things you should do, things you shouldn't do. You can start marketing. You don't need money to market. Facebook, TikTok, most of these other social media platforms, they are free to use to get some momentum going with your idea. So as I was saying, let's talk about pies this afternoon. I know a lot of us, we love pies. We love cheese pie,
beef pie, sausage roll, you name it.
Yeah, I love plantain pie.
Really?
Not a lot
Never heard of it.
Yeah, so you make the pie just how you do lasagna, but you replace the lasagna with plantain.
Ooh.
So depends on the type of pie you like. And you say, look, I want to become a pie salesman. You now would say, well, look, I need capital. I need to be able to buy the ingredients. I need to get some momentum going. And everyone, there's no person that I know doesn't want to start their business on a great scale, on a large scale. So they will say to you, look, my belief is if I buy 100 pies and I sell 100 pies a day at $5, I'm going to make $500 every day, and I could do that how much times to the week, and they start to work it out. But you've never need any flour. You haven't tasted any pies. You haven't become creative with your pies. You haven't done anything. You haven't even come up with a name for your pie venture. So if you haven't done the work, if you haven't started putting in the work and tilling the soil, as it were, in that field, in that industry, it's very difficult to grow your finances.
Interesting.
And that is the reality, the harsh reality that a lot of us face when getting into business.
So in other words, instead of starting with finances, start with experience. Put your business to the test.
I call it gaining momentum.
Okay.
You need to gain some momentum. You need to have popularity in anything that you're doing. You need to understand how to make money. Why should I invest $1 million into your business if you've never made $1? That would not make sense to me. There's no person that is going to take their $1 million, no wise person anyway, and give you $1 million to run your idea, no matter how great it is, without you doing some groundwork. We often talk about the same social media platforms and we say, well, look, they started in their garage, but they started with what they had. They started gaining momentum, and a millionaire would look at that and say, oh, okay, Aisha is doing well. She has 3 businesses. She's out there every day. She's wearing her scrubs to work. She's marketing her business. I want to be a part of this because I can see this is blowing up. This is going to blow up because you're putting in the groundwork, and the formula is the same across the board. So you're thinking about growing your finances. Don't start there. Don't worry about who is going to invest the money in the company, where you're going to get the capital from. Just start. Make 1 pie a day. Give away pies. People don't understand that to make money, you have to spend money, which is true. But if I sample your pie and it's good, I might be willing to pay for it in the future. But if you're telling me, well, Gene down the road has a pie for $5, Tim has one for $5.50, and your pie is $7, why would I buy your pie for $7? Now, if I tasted maybe a smaller sample size of this pie and it tasted better than Jane and Tim.
It's ironic you raised this because I had a similar situation with this yesterday. I had one of my workers call me because she was liaising with another agency who does the same thing. Okay. And the agency's rates are higher than mine. And she is stating, well, maybe you're underselling us as staff.
Right.
And I had to explain to her the reason why my rates are what they are is because, 1, I view the market. 2, it's within the most budget of the clients, because I did a survey when I started to see, well, what were you willing to pay for this type of service? I literally did a survey.
Your research.
To get this.
Correct.
And while I was saying that to her, the client who she works for interjected in the conversation and said, well, to be honest with you, that is the reason why I left a agency and I came with you guys, because you guys, your rates were affordable. You provided a better standard of care, in my opinion. And personally, I would look at longevity.
Right.
And the reason why I brought that up in this scenario is just off the fact what you just said. Sometimes you would give away a service, because that's basically what I'm being told. I'm giving away my service. But in the long run, somebody getting the service would say, you know what, this is worth paying for.
Exactly. Yeah, we see it all the time. Those persons who believe, if you start with price, so you would say, well, look, I'm going to compete with Aisha in her home care business, and I'm going to charge less or more because I feel she has one price and she's selling her service too short. But you may not have done the research that Aisha would have done to understand why her price point is what it's supposed to be at, or what it is currently at. And that is why I would always advise or admonish the persons in business, especially who are getting into business, that you need to start. There's no right day to start. There's no right way to start. You don't wait until you have all the money and all the marketing budget and you have this one on your team and you have that one. You need to start. You need to start gaining momentum. You need to learn how to make money. And once you understand how to make money and continually grow your income, then growing your finances will become a natural part of it.
Excellent indeed. Let me say good afternoon to those of you texting. Okay, so the person who messaged before says he understands the point that you're making. So start from a place of experience, start from a place of knowledge, start from a place of understanding the market. As I just explained, do a survey on your business. Test your product for yourself. According to you, give away some pies. Exactly. You may get some criticism you didn't know existed, and you may be able to increase on your brand.
Yes.
I had a young lady call me yesterday. That's the same person who does my hair. She had an issue with a client where the client wanted one particular style. She gave the client what she wanted, but a month later the client came back to her and said, well, the style started to unravel now. After a month. Okay. And she thinks that the lady would have done it wrong. So the young lady attempted to repair the hair, do it over for her, whatever. But she didn't want that type of hair. She wanted the lady to pay for the type of hair she wanted. A young girl I'm talking about, no older than 19, who's now in this hair thing.
Right.
And I had to explain to her, say, you have to understand, while I know you want to please your client and your customer, you must know when you're being taken advantage of.
True.
And I told an advisor, say, It may sound weird or strange, but before you do hair for clients, present them with a contract.
Yeah.
And you know I learned that from you, right?
Yes. I like that.
First, you state what it is you are offering.
Right.
So the client understands what they are getting, and then they sign for it.
They sign for it.
They
exactly.
keep a copy, you keep a copy. So a month from now, when sister come back to talk about her hair, you could remind her, well, listen, remember in your contract, this is what you would have agreed to.
Yeah, a service agreement. And that's very simple. Something like what Aisha just mentioned, you can get online for free. You can put in all the information.
Go and get the templates.
Yes, and you have a service agreement printed out, very simple. You can edit the information.
Correct.
Per customer with their name, probably some sort of ID letting them know this hairstyle is not going to last forever, obviously. You give
After a month, she still wanted them to stand up normal.
Yeah, well, I have dreadlocks like you. I know if I get my hair to say a month, that's
long.
that's a long time. So yeah, and that is another part of business. We don't believe in black and white. We feel, okay, well, yeah, I know them, and they just come and they pay their money. A verbal agreement should be fine. But sometimes in the industry, a service agreement is necessary. Even in different industries also, non-disclosure agreements are also very important. Contracts is a very good thing to have because it keeps people from wasting your time.
Correct.
Even you charge for giving advice, as we would do. So somebody wants to come and find out about a hairstyle, for you to give your opinion on how the hairstyle should be done, and you give them a quotation, let them know to get this quotation to do your hair, you need to pay a certain price. Now, they might say, well, I'm just doing my hair. But in that instance, had she had a service agreement,
I told her that
it would safeguard her in the future from having to now pay for more expensive hair, spend more time to
And what is to stop the client from coming back a month later with the same concern?
Well, I have to see that hairstyle that she wishes to last more than a month.
I'll send it to you.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, with social media now, everybody thinks they could hold a threat to you. Because as soon as people don't get their way, they resolve their differences with putting you up.
Yes.
So the young lady is worried that she may lose clientele if the lady puts up her work as being shabby.
Right.
So she just intends to please this woman at any means necessary. And I'm saying all of that to say, and I'm hoping with our next week conversation, we could talk about going into contracts, service contracts.
Yes.
Black people don't like contracts. I don't know why. And I'm saying it as black people, but it really should be small business people. I should say that better.
Yes, we don't like to do.
No, we don't.
Believe in contracts.
We don't believe in
think that's
contracts.
only for the
Yeah.
big companies.
Correct.
And if you try to, even with work attire, imagine you go to a hairdresser, and if you see a hairdresser donned with her cape on printed and her shirt well printed, they're like, who is she trying to fool? I've been in that experience already. And again, I would say she's doing the correct thing because branding is very important.
It's important.
So you go to get your hair done, you go to get your nails. Okay, before I polish your nails, you need to sign here, please. And you probably need to make some sort of down payment for the time that you're going to come. Because when I set aside this time for you to show up and you don't show up, it means that my time would be void. So all of these things would be very important. Even when you set an appointment date, if they don't show up by that particular time, they will have to probably pay
a late fee, something,
yes,
yeah.
Because you want people to understand and appreciate when you get into business, as I would have just admonished, you're not starting with finances. So if I went to school and I learned how to do hair, I probably studied 4 hours on YouTube, I would have given away a couple free hairdos. Now that I am gaining momentum, you're going to have to pay for that. That comes with a price. It's no longer you just walk in an hour late and feel, well, okay, I have to do my hair because I've been doing it here for years, but you now have to pay for the momentum I've built. You now have to pay for the fact that a millionaire took interest in my salon and wants to put us in a new building or buy us new equipment or better products. These things you have to pay for, and a contract would say that. When I sit down now to do my hair and I see, a contract, I'm thinking, nice, I'm going to read it. I'm going to see what it entails. I get...
According to you, it stops you from wasting people's time.
Exactly.
Because the minute you realize you had to sign a contract, you go say, see me, I ain't able with that, no?
Yeah, exactly. And then you go somewhere,
you go your way.
You have a particular type of clientele as
Correct.
well. And a fear that we have in business is if we set our price, that people wouldn't pay. Now, if you gain the correct momentum, persons are willing to pay any price, especially with hairdos, nails, or any type of service. People are willing to pay the price for that service. Once you gain the momentum, you've done your homework, you've done your research, you provide good customer service, you put them in an environment where they feel comfortable, the quality of your work is great, they're going to pay for that service.
Excellent indeed. People are asking for a contact number for you and a little background about Len Capital certificates.
Well, I have a new number for those listening today. The number that persons will now be reaching out to us on will be 376-LENN. That's our new number, 376-LENN, which will be 5366. So that is 376-5366. Now, Len Capital Certificates, we're now a business consulting company that offers a wide range of business consultation services. Our passive income service, which most of you all listening would have heard about, is now one of many services that we offer.
Correct.
So if you're interested in having customer service done, if you want to know how to do a service agreement, if you need to know how to do a contract for your employees, if you want to do non-disclosure agreements, employment contracts, feel free, reach out to us at 376-LENN or 376-5366, and we'll be more than happy to guide you through that process.
Let me take it afternoon to Sharon. Sharon said she has a daughter that's into hairdressing and she's interested in getting one of these service contracts done. She said she had a difficult experience with a client recently, similar to the one I just mentioned. And would you be able to guide her on how to go about doing it?
Yeah, there's a website that we use. I believe it's called Wonder Legal. There are a few others, but Wonder Legal is very good. You type in service contract, and it's going to give you all the parameters in which the contract covers. It also affords you the opportunity to edit each contract to suit the type of business that you would have. And once the contract is straightforward, letting you know what the customer is paying for, the time they were supposed to come in, maybe a time frame or duration for the hairstyle or the color, whatever is relatable to that business, you list all of these things in your contract. Please print your contract very clearly. I know we have this old way of doing business. They like to print contracts with things you can't read.
Thing you can't read, thing you can't make out.
No, don't
words
do
you
that.
can't spell.
Exactly. Make the contract very simple that they can understand. Take the time to explain it. It may take you a little time in the first instance, but now, once the customer expires that contract, and they come to you a month after, maybe your contract would have been 3 weeks, you would have a legal ground to stand on and say, look, we would have fulfilled our end of the contract in terms of the time frame and the service that was provided. Or if you need more information, feel free to reach out to us at 376-LENN or 376-5366.
Somebody's saying, do you have to take any joke to join your organization?
No, fortunately for you, you don't have to. once you understand what we're offering, the passive income service.
Well, basically, he's asking about joining as a business where you can guide them. They're a small business coming up. They just need consulting and guidance.
Right. So
I think you offer that service. Eh?
Yes,
you groom
we do.
small businesses.
Yes, we definitely do. So he can reach out to us on 376-LENN to set up an appointment for a consultation service. Once he calls, if we can give him some of the information over the phone, a lot of persons would be very surprised to know if you call and ask for information over the phone and we can guide you, we guide you there. If you need further consultation, then we'd have to set up an appointment at your office or at our office, which would obviously come at a fee.
Yeah.
But if you call, for example, the young lady who needs a service contract, we're definitely going to help her, give her that information over the phone, because we are about helping customers. And that is another great point, news fact actually today, for Len Capital Certificates. Our tagline would have been changed, and it's all about you.
All right, so Lennon Blackburn said, good afternoon, Aisha and Mr. Campbell. An excellent topic and info. It's very helpful.
Thank you.
She wants to know if she can find some of the information on your website online where
Yes.
small businesses can sign up to be on your network.
Yes, you can. For now, on the website, that aspect of it, that portal is not open currently, but you can still reach out to us via WhatsApp, which would be the most effective way to get onto us. Also, you can call. If you don't have WhatsApp, you can send us a direct message and we will reach back out to you. You can also look for Len Capital on Facebook. We're on Instagram. You can look for Lennstar Capital on Twitter. You can also look for Len Capital on TikTok. We're on all the social media platforms. If you type into Google, our website will come up. We do have an email portal there where you can email us your contact information, and someone will get back to you within 24 hours to assist with whatever needs you may have.
Excellent. Ashford Legaton says, thanks very much, sir. Fully appreciated.
And you're most welcome.
All right, so we just have about 4 minutes or so to go. Go ahead and talk to the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, so, well, today we talked about, having service contracts and growing your finances without actually starting with finances. And I would like to stay on that topic probably for another minute or so to say most businesses, if not all businesses, open to make money. There's not a business that I know would open and not be concerned about having enough money, raising capital to do their business. What I will continue to say is you need to gain the momentum, you need to gain popularity, as it were. People need to know about your product, they need to know about your service. And if you would think for a moment, artists, for example, you would listen to an artist song, or before there was YouTube, you'd listen to it on cassette or CD for days, months, weeks. And once that artist is here with a show, a live show, you will pay money to enter into some sort of entertainment arena, to hear this artist perform live. And it's the same thing with your business. I'm not saying you should give everything away, but I am saying the market needs to know, why should I want to give you my money? Why should I want to come and patronize your business? And if all you're concerned about is making money, and you say, well, look, I need money now, so I start with money and they have to pay me today, or else the business is going to fail. And a lot of businesses would have failed for that reason. You would think maybe, for example, maybe you think you can do hair, and after you've given away 2-3 hairstyles for free, because people will tell you, whether it's free or not, they will tell you, well, look, you didn't do this correct, you probably could have done this, and you take the constructive criticism, as it's called, and you use it to move forward. Here we would say, and I mentioned it last week, take the meat with the bone, allow the bones to sharpen your teeth. Understand that you need to have tough skin in this business, because persecution is a part of growing your business. It's a part of
the same thing.
Yes, it's a part of growing momentum, and eventually you're going to reach a point where people are going to appreciate you and they're going to praise you. They will remember, look, I remember when I used to get free pies, and now they probably have to line up an hour to taste one of your pies or to appreciate your service. So don't give up. Start gaining momentum, start talking about it, start letting people know this company is out. It's the same thing with Len Capital certificates. We give away stuff all the time. We help people all the time. I would stand on the side of the road for an hour, 2 hours if necessary, giving persons advice on how to grow their business. Now it's up to you to take the advice, and I am not giving it because I want you to come into Len Capital certificates and become a part of our network, but I am guaranteeing you that if you attempt to take any of the advice given to you, your business will grow.
Excellent indeed. And just give them those numbers once more.
The numbers are 376-LENN, which would be 376-5366.
And the website?
Website will be lencapital.com. That's lencapital.com.
And of course, anything in closing? Just a minute to go.
Well, as I said before, our tagline is now it's all about you. And we want persons out there to know Len Capital Certificates is that company that people need right now. You want to grow your business, you need better customer service training, you need to understand, look, why can't I get my workers to work? Why me as the boss, why am I not motivated to go out there and deal with customers or deal with my workers? We have facilities to cater for all of these. Maybe it's more personal, you need help, some personal advice on, should you buy a property, sell a property, should you rent, should you go out and go back to school? Feel free, reach out to us at 376-LENN, and someone on that other end of that call will be more than happy to help you.
Excellent indeed, and it's always a pleasure to have you. Someone says, Aisha, my daughter, use hair models to promote her work. That is how persons get to know her. Right now, she's in Trinidad doing hair for 5 days. Excellent, and thank you so much for sharing that information.
Thank you.
So we look forward to hear your financial tip of the day next week. It should be on from Monday.
It should, yes, it will be on from Monday.
Excellent, and we thank you so much for sending us over the ones for this week. It was intriguing, and I'm glad on a Thursday you can explain what you mean, because whole week people asking, how you mean you don't need money, finance to make finance? What do you mean?
Yes. Finance is going to come. It's always going to come. Once you grow your business, the financial aspect of it will come.
All right, and this is where we leave it, people. Thank you so much for being with us.
And thank you for having me.
We're going to pause for a cause, and when we come back, heavy duty, we'll be back on set.
All up until my once loving community.
That I better watch what I say and watch what I do. Remember to pray and watch how I move. I got too much at stake, so I cannot lose. In this game that we play, I got something to prove.